Terminally ill Canadians win right to use magic mushrooms for end-of-life stress. Win right to use. If I'm dying, I'm not asking anyone if it would be okay to get high. I mean, I don't ask now, so why would I ask if I'm dying? All I have to say about this is, 50 grams of fresh psilocybin cubensis made into a tea is way too much. Trust me. I have stage 4 colon cancer and some days and nights suffer from an extreme amount of anxiety and dread about what end of life looks for me. I have 4 daughters and a wonderful wife who I constantly have a feeling that I will be abandoning. When I was diagnosed, it felt like someone has started a stopwatch and I cannot see when it runs out. They have me on average 2 years to live and I feel like I am constantly aware of time passing and ticking down. It's absolutely horrible and a nightmare at times. I'm not sure how / if this would help me, but I am getting to a point where I am open to anything. This takes a major toll on all of us and it sucks. They are an amazing medicine that we don't use. There is plenty of evidence that they are an effective cluster headache treatment, they help with depression, I can personally attest to this, and it appears that they may have anti-PTSD effects, along with the ability to reset neural pathways. I am not a DR, but there definitely needs to be more science done to determine any and all benefits of this fungi. I did a project on psilocybin, and the practice of using it for coping with the fear of dying. It is highly effective and is being looked at more and more every year as a course of treatment for terminally ill patients. It is really cool to see an article like this only 6 months after I did my project on it. In June, one of the patients, Thomas Hartle, from Saskatoon, applied directly to Ms. Hajdu to be able to use the drug after exhausting other options to treat his anxiety around dying. If it's pretty much a sure thing, terminally ill patients should be able to take whatever they want to ease the stress. Imagine being given the right to eat a mushroom. Fucking life is crazy, people. Isn't it just insane how mushrooms that serve no other purpose but to kill whoever eats it are still legal, but the ones that make you laugh and find God, you have to wait until you are dying to get permission to use them? You shouldn't have to be terminally ill to use them, but it's a step in the right direction. They are super helpful with large life changes. We've been using them as humans as far back as our records can trace. They are safe, effective, and I applaud Canada for opening the door on their therapeutic value. If you're dying, you should be able to use whatever drug you want. What's the downside exactly? My mom was dying of cancer and they wouldn't give her more pain meds because she might get addicted. She had weeks to live. That was the day I openly questioned a doctor's intelligence. Considering this is a tacit admission that psilocybin can significantly alleviate psychological and emotional discomfort, why not have them legally available to anyone and everyone for therapeutic purposes? Shrooms should be legal for everyone. Psychedelics being illegal is a crime against humanity. They can be life-changing if used correctly, have been proven to help with many psychological problems, and are just fun to use recreationally occasionally. I'm glad to see the progress being made in decriminalizing them. That 8-hour trip with death on your mind seems pretty stressful to me. Awesome. Now legalize it for the rest of us. I mean, you can legally get the spores online for research purposes and grow them yourself at home for super cheap. Can't legally have dried ones, but fresh is fair game. Why not DMT? What the fuck is a government to tell you what you can and can't put into your body? Especially if you are terminally ill? If I was terminally ill, I'm spending my final months high as a kite, and I don't give a fuck about what the government tries to presume to know what is best for me. If you're dying, you should be allowed to take whatever drug you want to ease end-of-life stress. Who gives a shit what drugs you do? You're dying. In the US, we just keep the knee on their neck and deny them relief until they die. For example, searching hospital room of stage 4 cancer patient for marijuana, https://www.bookit.com/article/news/local/drone/8 in the air/stage 4 cancer patient says Missouri police searched his hospital room for marijuana/526936388655805483396B22705B8ADF31D. Aren't we all terminally ill? After all, nobody gets out alive. In most cases they are predicted to die, so why not go to the 8th dimension? If I was terminally ill I would eat the shroom farm. Life is beautiful in Canada. Grinning squinting face. Suddenly, I'm not feeling very well. Ambulance. /r/micro dosing. What a misleading title. 4 people out of, like, what? Probably thousands. Not trying to be a negative Nancy, I hope these people are relieved in some way because of mushies, but I just wish the title was accurate because man, if everyone could use it'd be amazing. What if I'm terminally ill from depression? This is funny to me, because what are you gonna do, even if it's illegal? You think a terminally ill person would give a shit about some stupid law that forbids you to put something into your own dying body? Give it a good 10 years and mushrooms will be exactly where pot is now. Speaking from a Canadian perspective, terminally ill patients should be given free rein to put whatever the fuck they want in their bodies, provided they aren't endangering anyone else by driving, etc. What are we worried about? Dependency. Long-term health consequences. Just let them have what they want. Wow, yet again Canada, America's hat fucking has more freedom than us. Jesus Christ, this place is a joke. Technically we are all dying. Why are they even illegal anywhere? The world sucks, uneasy. I've been diagnosed with being alive, I heard it's terminal. I'll be tripping in the backyard. Okay, like I'm pretty sure if you're terminally ill you should be allowed to take whatever you want. The right to not be in anxiety and distress. How benevolent of our wise God kings. Pretty much my retirement plan. I mean, I'm not terminally ill and nobody has been stopping me from using them. Why are countries like Canada, New Zealand so progressive and cool while USA, AUS, and GB are pieces of shit? Oh, do they not have 90% of their printed media and television controlled by a conservative, greedy right-wing dinosaur? This is amazing news. A part of me is laughing at these feckin' nerds appealing to the government to ask to trip legally and waiting over 100 days when they could have just asked their friends' kids to get them some. Very happy they did it though. Legalize it. First weed, now mushrooms. Go. Go. Canada. Mushrooms are okay to use. But only if you're frail and dying. If you're perfectly healthy, your body just can't handle it and you might die. Frankly, it's a human rights abuse to keep any consenting adult from using mushrooms. Every adult should have the right to do whatever the fuck they want to do with their own bodies. As a young healthy person, I plot out my microdoses vs heroic doses to points in my life where I'm not filled with anxiety and dread. I've had good trips and I've had bad trips, but I've learned about myself and psychedelics every time. That being said, I can't think of anything worse than doing shrooms for the first time while dying and drinking tea with a whopping 50 grams in it. I wholeheartedly agree with making it legal, either in general or for terminally ill patients, but I sincerely hope the people advising the sick on the subject have done shrooms themselves and understand what they are suggesting. I feel like shrooms can be an incredible tool for mental health and opening doors of perception, but they can also be incredibly dangerous for your mental state. Especially for people who have 1, never done them, and 2, are not in a good place in life. People expect funky colors and happiness, but that really paints a different picture for the medicine than what it is. I've done high counts while in a bad mood and still have it go well. I've also done a small amount while very depressed and had it go very poorly. It's an incredible medicine but affects everyone differently, so I hope that is properly explained when recommended. I also hope they give them a good environment to do them. A hospital would not be my first choice, haha.